the human population now at this moment about 7 billion. According to some sort of the report say, end of this century, human population will reach 10 billions. And then nature resources also now, some difficulties there. And then, due to global warming, nature disaster also will increase. So there are a lot of challenges. So now I always expressing, now we must have the sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. And the spirit of we are same, and with that sort of conviction and full cooperation, that's very, very important, I feel like that.
Thank you. The last year, one of the main items of the world news is intensifying the situation in the Middle East, especially in Syria, where the civil war is increasing, where rebels kidnap and kill people, Christians and people of different faiths. So, what do you think? What do you advise to regulate this conflict, and what do you think about the idea of American military invasion in Syria to solve this conflict? Is it possible? Is it good? And what other advices you can give?
This is, I think, very, very sad sort of event. Very, very sad. But meantime, you see the conflict very, very complicated. I believe past century, 20th century, in spite many positive development, the new sort of invention or new developments, particularly in science or technology, this field. But that century also become century of bloodshed, century of violence. So I feel, you see, this beginning of this 21st century, the Iraq crisis, and also the Kosovo sort of problems, crisis, and Afghanistan, now in Syria. You see, these, I feel, the symptom of the past 20th century's mistake or negligence. I think with sort of later part of 20th century, with disappearance of Berlin Wall, I think then if we, you see, make special effort, the sort of, the concept of harmony, no matter what nationality, what religious faith, but you see, thinking as a same human being, all sort of problem must solve through dialogue, not by use force. If we start in later part of 20th century, mainly through education, perhaps these things can avoid, I feel. So now, today, I think the people should follow the concept of early part of 20th century, you see, use force can solve problem. So you see one side, you see involve some violence, then other side also involve violence. Then violence, counter-violence, endless violence. Result, poor people, innocent people suffer. Through violence, you cannot solve problem. Only through dialogue, only through talks. That's the only way. Even America, I love America, American people. America, a democratic country, rule of law, good. But the policy regarding Iraq policy, I think a mistake, use force. So that chain reaction of violence. In fact, as a matter of fact, the September 11th, there's a tragedy in New York and Washington happened. Since I know President Bush very well, I consider him as my genuine friend, as a human being, wonderful person. Policies are different. So I wrote a letter, 12th September. I wrote, expressed my condolence and sadness that event. And then I also expressed, I hope United States deal this problem through non-violent way. I just express my hope. I express. So that's one example. Sincere motivation to bring freedom in Iraq. But the method, use force. So method wrong. So that's my view.
Thank you. And is it right from your point of view to use in human beings' relationships, in families, in politics, in business, the laws of physics, the laws of cruel wild nature, where some living beings eat each other, they have to eat each other to live more. But people get these laws into their relationships, in human being relationships. Is it right or wrong from your point of view? And if people can live without eating each other, so then how to avoid this unnecessary pain in human beings' relationships?
I think today's world, I think a human being, do not eat human flesh. I don't think. But in animal world, yes. I think sometimes you see very difficult circumstances, maybe.
But in business, in politics,
yes.
in moral way.
Yes. So that's now question of moral, moral ethics. I think you mean when you say the eating means to see because of the exploit other.
Yeah, exploit,
that's
making
meaning.
pain, making fall down.
Okay.
Conquer.
Okay. So that also is related with the first question, the rich and poor. All these, I feel we are lacking moral principle. And that moral principle actually not simply something holy, but moral principle is very, very realistic thinking. We 7 billion human beings, whether we like it or not, we have to live together. An environment issue is global issue. We have to pay more attention about ecology. Then, you see, once we develop oneness of humanity, then there's no basis, exploit other, bully other, cheating other. And here, I think we need some wider or deeper awareness. We are social animal. Each individual's future depends on the society. And then today's reality, the environment problems, and also global economy. Now, national boundary is not much relevant. And then also you see the different religious boundary, religious faith. You see, global issue, sort of beyond religious differences. So we humanity, 7 billion humanity now facing this problem. So we have to act as a one community of humanity. Then I think not only in global level, but also in national level, I think we consider others as a human brothers, sisters. And you have to take serious concern about their well-being. Then there is no possibility to exploit other, bully other, killing other. So these things, these negative things, you see, too much of the emphasis, the concept of we and they, and ultimately self-centered attitude within same community. Again, you see, me, not bother others. Then exploitation, bullying, telling lie. The richer people, they just drink vodka as much as possible. Don't care about people in the street or big cities like Delhi, the homeless people in New York, San Francisco, or Los Angeles. Most of the big cities, homeless people.
In Moscow also.
Moscow also.
Yeah, there are,
So,
yes,
you see, people just think me, I'm okay. I'm billionaire. I have plenty of money. Don't care that. So that's morally wrong. Not just, you see, religiously. Even I think morally speaking, as a human being, I think that's wrong. So we must change that kind of concept. So we should reduce the self-centered attitude. Me, we. I think we can. I love the one Marxist theory, talking worldwide working class people's right. No national boundaries. I love that.
Justice.
Then I think the Lenin, I think too much me. So take power. More serious or pay about power, my power. I think that's a mistake, I feel. So in any way, through education, we can change people's thinking. Instead of me, but rather we, whole world, should consider, reality, part of us, part of me. That's the reality. Now our concept should develop or realize that whole world is part of me. So for my own interest, I have to take seriously about well-being of humanity or protection of the world environment. I think the concept of socialism, you see, think about the societies, right? Not individual. Marxist